This is Evolving Minds, where we help get you on track by expanding your view of reality. I know this thought crosses your mind on a regular basis. How do I, as a human being, become one with my surroundings? How do I connect with the universe on a deeper level? How do I transcend the limitations of human consciousness, all the while staying true to my existence? In this video, I will be telling you about the hidden key to unlocking your full potential. This video is about absolute consciousness. The concept of consciousness has long fascinated philosophers, scientists, and spiritual seekers alike. There are many different levels of consciousness, ranging from basic awareness to absolute consciousness. Absolute consciousness is the highest level of consciousness that one can achieve, where one is fully aware of their surroundings, thoughts, and emotions. Now you may be wondering, what is absolute consciousness? Absolute consciousness is a level of awareness in which a person is completely mindful of their body, mind, and emotions. It is often associated with spiritual awakening and enlightenment. In this state, you are able to look past the ego's finite viewpoint and comprehend how everything is interconnected. It is a state of pure awareness and oneness with the universe, beyond all duality and distinctions. Absolute consciousness is not something that can be achieved through intellectual understanding alone. It requires a direct experience of this state of being. The journey to absolute consciousness is not an easy one. It is a long, winding road very few have had the courage of going down on. Are you one of those chosen ones? This journey requires dedication, perseverance, and patience. There are many spiritual practices and techniques that can be used to cultivate this state of being. Meditation, for instance, is one of the most powerful tools for cultivating absolute consciousness. Meditation involves sitting in a quiet space, focusing on your breath, and observing your thoughts and emotions without any internal or external judgment. Over time, this practice can help quiet the mind and develop a greater sense of self-awareness. With regular practice, meditation can help to cultivate a deep sense of peace and inner stillness. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for cultivating absolute consciousness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment or distraction. This practice can help develop a greater sense of awareness and presence, allowing you to experience the world around you more fully. We have all heard of yoga and the calmness it brings to the soul. Yoga is a spiritual practice that involves physical postures, breathing exercises, and meditation. Yoga can help cultivate physical and mental strength, flexibility, and balance. It can also help create a greater sense of self-awareness and inner peace. Waking into the consciousness of absolute is a powerful and transformative experience. But don't be mistaken. To reach absolute consciousness, you will need dedication, perseverance, and patience. But the benefits of cultivating absolute consciousness are many. Absolute consciousness is centered to the teachings of Vedanta and Advaita, which are two of the major schools of Hindu philosophy. In these schools of thought, the ultimate reality is seen as being a form of consciousness, which is often referred to as Brahman or the Absolute. In the Vedanta school of thought, the ultimate reality is non-dual and indivisible. This means that there is no distinction between the observer and the observed. This is known as the principle of non-duality, or Advaita in Sanskrit. The ultimate goal of Vedanta is to realize this non-dual nature of reality and to merge one's individual consciousness with the universal consciousness of Brahman. Parallel to Vedanta, Advaita sees the ultimate reality as being pure consciousness, which is beyond all concepts and categories. This pure consciousness is said to be the essence of all things and the source of all existence. The goal of Advaita is to realize this pure consciousness as one's true nature, and to transcend the limitations of the individual ego. Both Vedanta and Advaita emphasize the importance of spiritual practice, such as meditation and self-inquiry, in order to realize the ultimate reality. By engaging in these practices, you can begin to awaken to the true nature of reality and experience the state of absolute consciousness. In Advaita, the process of self-inquiry is seen as being particularly important for realizing the non-dual nature of reality. This involves asking oneself the question, who am I? And examining one's own sense of identity and the nature of consciousness itself. By doing so, one can come to realize that the individual self is not separate from the universal consciousness, but rather an expression of it. The teachings of Vedanta and Advaita have had a profound impact on spiritual seekers throughout the world, such as Swami Vivekananda, a famous and influential spiritual leader of his time, who held a deep religious integrity that colored his quest for God, or Shankara, one of the most influential philosophers of India in the 8th century. He believed that Advaita, or the doctrine of the oneness of the individual soul, was crucial to connect with the supreme God, which is the ultimate reality. By recognizing the ultimate reality as being a form of consciousness, these teachings invite us to cultivate a deeper sense of awareness and to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. Through spiritual practice and self-inquiry, we can begin to awaken to the state of absolute consciousness and to realize our true nature as expressions of the universal consciousness of Brahman. In Hindu philosophy, sattva, rajas, and tamas are the 3 gunas, or qualities of nature, that are believed to exist within all things. Sattva is associated with the qualities of purity, lightness, and harmony. When sattva is predominant, the mind is clear, peaceful, and able to reflect the true nature of consciousness. This can lead to a deeper understanding of the nature of reality and the experience of absolute consciousness. Sattva is considered to be the most desirable of the 3 gunas, as it is believed to lead to spiritual growth and liberation. On the other hand, rajas is associated with activity, passion, and restlessness. When rajas is predominant, the mind is distracted and agitated, making it difficult to experience a sense of inner peace and stillness. Excessive rajas can lead to stress, anxiety, and a lack of inner peace. Similarly, tamas is associated with inertia, darkness, and ignorance. When tamas is predominant, the mind is dull and unable to comprehend the nature of consciousness and the universe. Tamas is considered to be the least desirable of the 3 gunas, since it is believed to lead to spiritual stagnation and suffering. The goal of spiritual practice is to cultivate sattva and minimize rajas and tamas. Sattva, rajas, and tamas are qualities that exist within the realm of duality in varying degrees and are considered to be part of the phenomenal world. They are believed to influence human behavior and experience by shaping the nature of the mind and body. The practice of yoga is also based on the concept of the 3 gunas. In the practice of asana, or physical postures, yoga practitioners strive to balance the 3 gunas within the body and mind. The practice of pranayama, or breath control, is also believed to help balance the 3 gunas by calming the mind and increasing sattva. In order to experience absolute consciousness, it is necessary to transcend the influence of the gunas and move beyond the realm of duality. This can be achieved through spiritual practice and the cultivation of sattva. By purifying the mind and body, it becomes possible to experience a state of pure awareness and oneness with the universe. We are able to recognize the interconnectedness of all things and experience a deep sense of compassion and empathy for others. We are also able to tap into our intuition and creativity, which can lead to new ideas and solutions to problems. Absolute consciousness can also help to cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and stillness. When we are fully conscious, we are able to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, which can help reduce stress and anxiety. We are also able to cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness, which can help us to make positive changes in our lives. There are many other spiritual disciplines that can be used to cultivate absolute consciousness. Try prayer, chanting, and visualization, for instance. These practices can help to focus the mind, quiet the ego, and connect with a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. By transcending the influence of the gunas and cultivating sattva, you too can experience the ultimate reality of absolute consciousness and achieve true balance and harmony.